Okay. All right. So apparently I am live. So this is a different computer. So let me know if it looks better or if it's glitchy or not glitchy or whatever, because I was having an issue with the glitchy situation on the other computer that I had back here. So if like a clear picture and it's not glitching, just give me a thumbs up, let me know. That would be cool, because then I can know that I can use this computer back here, because it's just a bit of a reach to the to where the Wi is. Okay. Having said all that, so basically what I wanted to do, I have my coffee, so it always starts with the coffee. And so what I wanted to do is to have some like little kind of coffee chats, so that it's going to be, I'm going to have like a title. It's going to be about a subject, and 10, just kind of like a chat, so you can go through the live streams, and then you can pick the chats and see what that's about if you're interested in that subject or whatever. So today's subject that I wanted to talk about was the chair. And that was the Peter Simeti, Roddy Piper, horror film. I will have the link in the description. It's also on Amazon and Tubi and whatnot. You can follow Peter Simeti, and you can also follow his production company and all that kind of stuff. And the chair also has a Twitter site. So, however, okay. So how did that whole thing happen, that I ended up being the from acting to producing to building the set? So here's how it happened. So I was brought onto the chair by an actor friend of mine, Ezra Buzzington, who's in the film, and he was awesome, by the way. So I saw on his Facebook post that he had written, that he put this something about the chair, and it was like, I'm doing this movie and it's so cool. So I wrote him and I said, oh my God, that's freaking awesome, man. So can I, how you doing, brother? Thank you, man. Thank you. Or not brother, pardon me. These things happen when we just quickly read something. So I see this, he's got this message on Facebook, and he's ready to do the thing. And I'm like, how do I do this? Can I get an audition? So he says, sure, let me put you in touch with Peter Simeti. So I get in touch with Peter Simeti, send him a message, say, Ezra, who's in your film, let me know that you were doing this, and I would you over, my information and all that kind of stuff. So I did that. So I sent him over my acting reel, which I had, which is also on this YouTube page. So just like look through the videos to find my acting reel. So that is what I sent to Peter Simeti for, what I could do. So he says, sure, man. I got a part. Yeah. I mean, it's like it's one of the guards, and there's no lines, for it. And I was just looking to get back in it, just to get back in the game. I was like, you know what, give me a shot. If I can get on, I'm not worried about the lines. I'll be able to, you said you can probably ad lib something or something like that. So like, all right, cool. Let's just do this thing. So I ended up getting on set that way. And basically, so how did I end up being a producer on it? So that was basically, I was talking with Peter during the whole process of the, basically getting ready to make a movie. So he was asking me all these questions and whatnot. Where can we do it? Do I know this people? Do I know, lighting people? Like basically all of the questions that you need to have answered in order to build, and make a film happen. So I knew all the answers because I've done a lot of stuff in film. So it's like, if there's something to do on a film set, I've done it. So except for run a camera, which I think that if you're watching my videos now, like I've run a camera on this channel more than I ever have before in the history of the world. So yeah. So because I was answering all his questions, and Peter had been asking, he had interviewed some type A producer types that he didn't like the kind of energy, the vibe of these, like, I'm gonna recast everything, and we're gonna do it this way, and you got to pay me 10 grand a week, or however much that they were asking for. And he was just like, whoa, that's a little bit out of my price range, so I just gotta, let's just no. So then he said, well, Kyle, do you have any interest in producing the film? And because I was, yeah, let's do this. So basically, I ended up being the producer of The Chair. So then, coming from actor to producer. So what does that mean? That means that, like, the producer is in charge of everything, really. So it's like all of the things that happens in a film, the responsibility goes to the producer, and that goes all from the casting, which Peter had already done. So he had already done the casting, so I don't have anything to do with that. But that's like what it looks like, what it sounds like, the director, like everything is the producer's responsibility. So it's a big deal, like, for an actor to, who I've never worked with any of these people before, to come on as also the producer. So there was a strange position to be put in, but I was like ready for it. Like, let's make this happen. So I ended up producing The Chair. So how did I go from to having to build the set? So if you know anything about my history, I've done a lot of set construction. So a lot of set construction, and also special effects and that kind of thing. So lots of carpentry and that kind of thing. So we did some location scouting for The Chair, and we had gone to this city jail in one of the beach cities. I want to say Long Beach, but it wasn't Long Beach. It may have been Long Beach, but anyway, that direction, city jail that's like not being used anymore. And we walk in there, and it's like you snap your fingers, and it's like an echo chamber. So it's like, like you talk and you hear like you're in a cave, which is something that you can't really in post-production. So and I'll comment that I walked in there and I was like, well, we can't shoot here. There's no way. And somebody that was there said, sure, we'll just fix it in post. And that's like the easiest thing for people to say is, we'll fix it in post. And that's never something that you want to say, is we'll fix it in post, because that means that you're already going into something, your post-production, having problems, and you've chosen to have problems by saying that we'll fix it in post. So I was like, no, we're not doing that. So it's like, so in my mind, because it's like, I'm now responsible for this, so it's like, so that means that I'm responsible for the decisions that what's going to make a good movie, and if you can't hear it, it's not a good movie, because people aren't going to watch it. So I was like, no, we can't do that. And then, so these other places through. There was this other women's prison, which was also far away, that it was super expensive, and it turned out that they didn't have the time slot wasn't ready anyway, because they had another film that was coming through it. So basically our choices were limited. And at this point, like, Peter had already had actors lined up. So like Roddy Piper was going to be there for a certain amount of time. So he's booked, and these are busy working actors, Roddy Piper, all of the people that it's like, there was certain times that, like, Zach Galligan could be here, this week and not that week. So it's like the schedule had to be what it was. So we had shooting in 3 weeks, and we didn't have a location. So panic. So everybody's like, what are we going to do? It's like this one location that working for this reason, for that reason. There was no prison locations that were working. And I was like, all right, I'll build the set. So that's a big ask, because we have 3 weeks to have a set built. So that means we had to have a soundstage found. So we did in LA, or you shoot LA here. It's a great little soundstage called Pollution Studios. And so that was downtown LA-ish, right around there, but you can look them up, Pollution Studios. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So the first AD, Buzz, it's an awesome guy. He knew this place, told me about it, and I'm like, okay, call him up. We get that locked in, and then so now it's up to me to build the set. And then people, like, you're coming onto a film as an actor, no one really knows, can you really do this? But like, what it's like Aldo Rain says, well, what choice you got? And that was the position that we were in. It's like for Peter, it's like there weren't any. It's just like, so you got this guy, Kyle, who says he can build a set, and it was all going to fall on my shoulders anyway. So it's like, so I did it. So I built a set, and I'm going to do another video because I can't put clips in on the live streams. So, but what I'm going to do is I'll do another video about this. That's like a produced video. So I'll put in pictures and, all of that kind of stuff. So, thank you so much. And that is the plan to keep on going. And this is so basically this YouTube page channel is a way to keep creative and to keep it going during this time where really nothing is kind of happening. So, some things are happening, but it's like super expensive. And as we know, the protocols and risks and all of that kind of stuff. So, and who's got money right now anyway? So, I set up a Patreon, which is the Kyle Hester Actor Guide Patreon for $3. So it's like if we build up an army, of people on the Patreon, then we can keep going with the films into the future. So that's the plan for that. And there's also a link to the Patreon below. So if you want to join that, you also have other background stuff that I don't put out on Twitter or YouTube or anything like that. So that's how I ended up with the making the set, and it all worked. It was super stressful, don't get me wrong, because it's like I only had so much time and there was only so much money, so it was like I was basically doing most of it so I just glad that I had the skill set that I had. So it's like if you want to basically, if you want to be a producer, then my recommendation is to know how to do everything, because something can go wrong and then you're going to have to know how to fix the issue. So if you are on set, and you got to be able to think on the fly and make things happen. And which you always do. It's inevitable that something's going to go through the cracks, and then it's going to be up to you to make it happen. And I'm sure that people can relate, not just in the film industry. So just have, keep your stuff together and keep learning. So I'm going to be doing some other, subjects like this. There's lots of different subjects that I can cover. And, but this is going to be like my coffee chat with Kyle. So this, the chair, and how I ended up, doing the sets and whatnot. So I hope you are all doing great. And if you have anything that you want, like a topic, then put them in the comment section of this video, what you would want to have a coffee chat about, and then I can start making a list, and we can do that. But I want you a fantastic day, and I'm probably going to make another video that's not like the live stream today. So here I go, and enjoy the weekend, my friends, and we'll talk soon. Peace out.